Hey, this is Joanne Hewins from LoveToCreate.typepad.com. Today we're going to make this twisted gate fold. This little card is a little smaller than normal, but I guarantee you if you kind of turn it like this in your envelope, it's going to fit in the regular size envelope and you will be able to send it. This card is featuring some of the new He's the Man Designer Series paper. And let's stop for a moment and just talk about some of the new things in the catalog right now. So this is our new catalog. It's all live now, ready to go. And so I can actually open it and show you something in there. So I'm going to flip over to page 78 and 79, and just look at this. We've been telling Stampin' Up all along, more men's stuff, and they have really helped us out this year with the He's the Man Suite collection. And of course you can get these things as a suite, you can get them as on their own as well. You can get the stamp set as a bundle. So the He's the Man stamp set is right here. I knew I brought that over. Here's the set in person. At first you might look at that and think, but when you see it next to this paper, you're going to see how well all of this works together. It's really, really wonderful. And we have some samples, a lot of samples over here with using this collection. So they have the He's the Man Designer Series paper. And we're just going to stop right now and look at that. So this paper, first of all, has 2 pages that they're not stickers, they're just cutouts, die cuts. But you have 2 pages. I am finding that they come out of the paper quite quickly and quite easily, and you just need to add adhesive and however you want it to go. So there are 2 sheets that are just the same to coordinate with the stamp set and with the paper. So the paper has, I'll just show you the sides. This one, I love these backgrounds on this. And then this one is for, has the pig and the utensils and the cow, and it's all for the cookout. The brush to brush on the flavoring, and you're ready to go. Here's one with a black and Cajun craze check. And on the other side, there's your ties, your glasses, your bow ties, your mustache, all of those things in there. And this has Early Espresso. It also has Sahara Sand and Cajun Craze. And this is going to be some pool party right here. This is for the camper man or camper family. There, you've got the camper, different kinds of campers, tents, fire. And then the back is a check of the Early Espresso and a little bit lighter brown. I don't know if that's soft suede, perhaps it is. And then here's your rest of that. And look at those dots. Those were on the card I'm going to show you today. And then we have, look at this. This is the cars, old cars, and motorcycles on here. With this is Sahara Sand design. And then I think I showed you these already. I have. Okay, so let's move on. And let's turn the page, and you're going to see that there are other still manly kind of things that are in here in the catalog, the Campology, the Let's Set Sail, Wildlife Wonders, and then look at this. We're not going to get into the Brood for You, and this is a comeback, the whiskey business, but for the beer lover, there you go. So a bundle here that would work with you for that. So we still have Grassy Grove with that deer that's good. Here's boats, canoes, and just some great men kind of things, even some animals, tools, old tools. So Stampin' Up! Has it for you this year in the man department, I think. Even some of these birds and things could be used for that. But we'll go ahead and make our card. Let me get some of this stuff that I've dragged out of my way. And let me find the card again. So here we are with the card that we're going to make, and we're using those cars and motorcycle paper, and then the this with the little circles on it. Okay, and then on the inside, hello handsome. So I have re-inked my pad since I did this, and we'll see how that goes. I did this one on the Stamparatus to get a good dark print, and I had to do it about 5 times, and maybe now that I've re-inked my pad, we'll be okay. But first of all, let's cut our paper or cut our paper. So I am going to write down some measurements for you. Now this is going to be on my blog, and you will be able to see the measurements. But we're going to cut our paper 4 1/4 by 7 1/2. And then we're going to score that at 2 1/2 and 5. So let's do that much of this. So I'm going to pull in my paper, and 7 1/2, I'm going to cover my name up for a little bit. 7 1/2 is the length, and I'm going to pull out my trimmer, pull out my arm to get the 7 1/2. And I'll put it on there and cut 7 1/2 this way. Now the other measurement is 4 1/4, which you know is 1/2 of this. So if I cut it this way, I'm cutting 2 bases right here, 2 bases that I can use to make 2 of the cards, and then this will be my scrap to use for the circle and other things. I guess that's it, the circle. So I'm going to close this up now. I'm going to move my cutting blade away because I want to use just the score blade. And I'm just going to score one of these. And the first score is at 2 1/2. And the next score is at 5. Okay, so here are the measurements we have so far, and then we have to do a little bit of scoring on the diagonal. So I'm going to start here, and I'm going to do this on the diagonal. Notice I'm going to put it in the corner here, and I'm going to use this tray right here, the cutting tray, to help me do my measuring. So I'm going to put that in the tray. And down here where this fold, where the score line is, I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to hold this carefully and score down the diagonal. Now on this other side, we're going to start on the inside, and we'll go toward the corner on the bottom. We want the diagonals to go the same way. This way, this way. Make them go the same way. So we're going to put that corner, that score line in the tray, and then we're going to put this tip in the tray, and we'll score that again. Okay, so we have the base of our card now. So I'm going to bring in my bone folder, and we're going to score that one. And we'll fold this one in and score this one. And then we're going to want to fold these. So I'm going to make this one. Okay, I've had it turned upside down. I'm going to fold this one this way and kind of make a mountain fold right there. So let me use my bone folder on that. And then this one is going to fold backwards so that those kind of meet like that. Okay, so there are folds. Easy, huh? All right, and then we're going to be doing our designer paper. And let me find, here's my packet for that. So I cut one from here and one from here, okay? Now, this is a time to talk about a paper that has a direction like this one. Now I'm going to put that direction paper back here so that I know it's going to be up and down. If you put it here, it's going to be on the diagonal. So I chose to put a paper that didn't have a direction down there on the diagonal. So I'm going to bring back in my cutter and let me tell you the measurements of the paper here. We're going to use two different designer paper. It's all from He's the Man. And we're going to cut those to 2 1/4 by 3 7/8. So I'm going to do that short cut at the top so that I have the direction the right way. And on this one, it's not going to really matter. So I'm going to bring in my cutter, and we're going to cut this on the diagonal. Now you want to look at this and see that you want it to fit in that spot. So I'm going to be cutting this from this side over. I want that to be facing the right way, and I want it to face the right way on this other side, which is going to be there. So we're starting on this diagonal and cutting. And again, we're going to put those ends right in the track of our cutter. Now I moved it, so we need to fix it again. Quit moving it. Okay, and then we're going to cut. Okay, and then it's not really going to matter which way we cut this one, since there's no direction. Okay, so we have our pieces, and we'll do our gluing. Now if you can get it to work that way, you don't want your glue to be gushing out. So this one is going to go here. Okay, and this one will go on the other inside, or outside, I guess it would be. So let me pick that up. It's actually going to go right here. Alrighty, and then these pieces will go this way. So we have that one. All right, so now we have our two pieces like this. Now for the inside, now these were, you need 2 designer series papers with that. And then for the inside, and I am using Sahara sand on the inside, and your measurements for that will be 2 1/4 by 4. So almost the same measurement that you had for the designer paper, but the length of it's just a little bit longer. So I'm going to bring in my stamp that says Hello Handsome. We're going to stamp that with Early Espresso. Now I mentioned that I had just re-inked this pad, so that means it's going to be juicy. So I'm going to lightly tap, 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 tap. Now if you're one of these people, you bring your stamp up and you've got the ink all the way around that outside, then no, that is not the way you do it. Tap, tap, tap lightly. I didn't have any on my mustache, so I'm going to tap just maybe a little bit darker, and I'm looking to see, do I have any ink around here? No. So let's see how that's going to stamp. I want to stamp it up close to the top, and I'm stamping it before I glue it because my paper has 2 sides, and if I mess it up, I'm going to turn it over. But that looks pretty good. So we'll take it at that. And we are ready to glue this into the inside. Okay, and that will go right in here. You'll have some room to do your message. And then we want to do our circles. Now, where in the world did I get these circles? Well, we have a new die set called Stylish Shapes. Stylish Shapes. And this, I'm not sure if it is paired with a stamp set or if it's on its own stamp set. And let's see, I could probably look in the index. And I look here, and if it's in here in this section, here it is. It is a standalone because it's back here with just the dies, not the bundles. So it's a standalone, but it has, like I say, all the circles, the squares, these other shapes that you can use for sayings or just whatever you want. Okay, so I've cut the biggest one from the Early Espresso. Well, I guess I cut the second biggest one from the Early Espresso, and then the next one from this shape in the or from that size in the Stylish Shapes. I'm having trouble saying that today, but well, okay. So what I did is I fixed the stamp on the stamp apparatus. Actually, I first put down my circle, and what I did is I drew a circle around there so that I can just place this in that circle. And then one of my magnets broke. I'm just going to put it there so that I can hold my shape in place. And then I might just put this one up here in case I need to do it more than once, which I think that I will. Okay, so I'm going to, I've got a piece of ribbon package I'm just going to put under here to hold that up a little. Sometimes we use a ink case, but I'm using it. So just inking that up, and then that looks pretty good, but I'm going to do it another time. And the beauty of this is that the stamp apparatus is going to hold that in space. When I print it, it's going to be perfectly one on top of the other. And I don't know, somehow or another, I just want it a tad darker, so I'm going to do it one more time. Now, I could have used one of the not stickers, but one of the cutouts that comes with the paper as part of this card. But I just wanted to coordinate it with the stamp set. So there we've got this. And I'll put this away. So this is going to be glued on top of sorry about moving everything around. That's going to be glued there. Oops, I'm gluing it to the back. I'm just going to have to leave it because then I'll have glue on the wrong side. Pay attention and look, because you really can tell a right side and a wrong side, but maybe that'll be okay for today. You have to make some kind of mistake, don't you? So I'm going to take, this is some of the suede, early Espresso Suede Ribbon. It's carried over again. Not one I've used a lot, but I love the way it ties and does. So we're just going to take this and tie it into a knot. Okay, that'll work like that. And I'm going to get a glue dot and adhere that. Okay, I'm just going to pull that off with the glue dot and everything, and just to put that up there near the top of the happy birthday. And we will trim our ribbon. Okay, I think that's all right. And then we also have some Rustic metallic adhesive backed dots that are part of that collection, or suite collection. So I'm just going to pull these out, and I'll get one of those. There's my take your pick tool. And I'm going to put that right down here. All right, so now we have to attach a circle to the rest of the card. Now, I want it to go like that on there. I want it to be up and down. I don't want any adhesive on this part of my circle. I want it all back here, and I'm going to be using dimensionals. So I'm trying to figure out an easy way to figure out. I'm going to lay my bone folder here. And if I don't move it too much, I'm going to know where to put my dimensionals. Okay, so now I'm going to lay that again where I wanted it to go. I didn't take my backs off of the dimensionals yet. I'm going to hold that there and look, and I don't have any adhesive showing. So I think this is fair to say that will be all right. So one more time, I'm going to close it. Put this where I want it to go. And press. And there we go. So this is just a little bit different, and you might like that. All right, so we used the He's the Man stamp set. Let me bring that back in, and we used the, He's All That stamp set and the He's the Man Designer Series paper to make our card today. So there we are. I hope you like that. I hope you'll try it. And again, I'll have a link to my blog post underneath the video. Appreciate your time. If you need any supplies, lovetocreate.typepad.com, and my online store will have a link. Excuse me. Bye-bye. Have a good day.